So we're just going to run through a quick demo of the reservation process from the reservation form to what happens in Zapier, what happens in Google Drive and Google Calendar. It's an interlinked sequence of processes. It's a web automation. So we're just going to run through that to see what that looks like so you have a good understanding of the structure of this automated reservation process. So here we are on the Reservations Coordinator main website, Stevenson Meeting and Event Reservation Resources. Just scrolling down to the reservation form, room reservation request form. I'm just going to put some test lingo in here. And this is me as the client, reservation client who is requesting a space. And what we're going to do is, let's just request the Cowl conference room. Let's say that we need the projector and microphone and some speakers. And then, of course, you as the reservation coordinator will have to coordinate those technical provisions and schedule your tech crew to set all of that up and operate it throughout the course of the meeting. We're going to make this for tomorrow, September 18th. You can disregard the dark setting on this form. It's a web extension that I have, so you shouldn't see it on your end. This is going to be 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll make it until 11:30 in the morning. Nope. One meeting. This is where clients can specify whether or not this is a reoccurring or repeating event. Sure, dates and times are flexible if the venue is not available. Next week, Monday. This will be a meeting of 10 people for staff, and I am a staff member. I work in Chez. Cal Stevenson College Pair. So we've specified projector, microphone, speakers, any other technical AV specifications, no thank you. And so this is the final confirmation page, terms and conditions. There are various bits of information pertaining to the reservation, the event, the fees, what to do if you're a SOAR organization, parking info for if you are hosting a guest speaker and they need to park somewhere, etc. Do take some time reading through all this and familiarize yourself with the policies. And then, yes, I agree to the terms and conditions, and we will proceed. And that is the reservation request form that I've submitted. There are different screens that show dependent on which venue is selected, as I showed you in the Qualtrics video, the video going over the various surveys, but mainly the reservation form. There's that display logic. That display logic is going to render on the client end when they're filling out the form. So if I selected the Stevenson Event Center, a whole nother page of questions and essentially data acquisition would have displayed, and I would have had to fill out more stuff pertaining to the event. So I've submitted the reservation request form. So now, as mentioned in the previous Zapier video, as we're going through the reservation zaps, what happens is all new reservations, Qualtrics to webhook. The Qualtrics form was just submitted, so the Zapier webhook is going to trigger, and that's going to proceed to the next link in the chain. It's a new reservation. Now webhooks, the data that came in through the webhook is going to populate into Sheets, Google Sheets. So now, going into our Google Drive, the master sheet, the reservation sheet where all the data goes, is located in SEC schedule. That's the old master. I will open up a little more for you. We have created a new folder with a new spreadsheet, master B. That's the one we're going to be using moving forward. So we'll open up that spreadsheet. And you'll see other previous reservation requests. Spend some time looking through this data, get used to the structure. But scrolling all the way down to the bottom, you will see our reservation. It automatically populated. Sorry, my page is having a little bit of trouble loading here. And there's our new reservation. You see client for September 18th, the conference room, test, all the way down to these other fields. Again, these will be populated depending on which venue you choose. So going back to Zapier, what Zapier did was it received the new reservation form. It transferred that data into the Zapier webhook, and the webhook populated Google Sheets. And also, you'll see in this particular Zap, after it populates the data into Google Sheets, and this was a non-event center request because we requested the conference room, so we'll go into that. It created the dummy event on Google Calendar. So, going to Google Calendar, there's our event, client, Cowell conference room, 8 to 11:30. That's the hold. Now what Zapier is waiting for, or the next piece in the process, is we need to confirm or deny. So after you determine the availability of the venue, talk to the client, get some more questions answered, find out a little bit more about the event, what we need to do is either confirm or deny. So we're going to confirm or deny in Google Sheets, and that's going to update the event in Google Calendar. So going back to our sheets, you'll see the far left column A, little drop down. What we do is approve or reject or update the event if it's if it's an event that's already been approved and the client calls to cancel. Well, then we'll update this because this spreadsheet needs to be as accurate as possible. So we'll cancel it, or if they change the date, we'll say rescheduled. But what we're going to do is just approve. And this billable, column B, this billable status, it's another drop down. The Cowell Conference Room is a venue for which we do not charge. So there is no venue fee. However, since I, the client, requested technical support with the projector, the TV, and the microphone, or sorry, the speakers, the TV, you get it, technical assistance required, then they are going to require tech crew. So that's going to be a tech-only status, since they're going to be charged for tech crew wages and time. So I will post that there. And what this did, when we updated this to approved, that triggered the final Zap in Zapier. Zapier was waiting for an update, or was looking for an update in Google Sheets, and we changed that to approved. And this last Zap triggered. So it's supposed to update the event in Google Calendar to confirmed, and it's also supposed to email the client with an approval confirmation. So we'll actually just go to Google Calendar, and you'll see that it is now confirmed. It automatically adds that verbiage to the event, and then what it does is it adds the client's email. Once the event is confirmed and approved, it's going to add the requester's email address to make them a part of that, or book them as part of that event. And then since I was the client, what it does, as you see, I get a calendar invite to the confirmed event for the Cowell Conference Room. And then let's see here. That's in essence what the reservation process is like. It's fully automated. From your end, the reservations coordinator, it just requires a couple clicks, updating columns A and B. There is some more to it down the line as the reservations become larger and more complex. And I will review this spreadsheet in more depth in another video, but that is essentially the process.